Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. This is knotwork, and we are back playing a little more Feed the Beast on the Monster server. So, you might be able to tell from the stylish headgear that I'm wearing that I've been planning on doing some Thaumcraft. I know I talked about it in one of my last episodes, and I have spent the last 3 days gathering up what I needed to get started. I ran around, I did some basic research, made my first tier wand, kind of upgraded some stuff, did this awesome tower that I'm standing on, and then was informed that Thaumcraft is getting an update. So, that was all time wasted. Anyway, I'm going to hold off on doing the Thaumcraft stuff for a little while. In the meantime, we're going to work on little bit around the house, just some power generation. I've had the Steve's Cart tree farm going for a while, and it's a little annoying because to keep my power generation going, I've got this area chunk loaded, and the you could probably see it down there off to the left hand side of the screen. The Steve's Cart, you have to keep feeding reinforced metal into, same as you did diamonds with the earlier version of it. And it lasts for a while, but if I miss a day, if I get up and kiss my wife goodbye and go to work and forget to log in for 5 minutes to throw a chunk of iron into that thing, it stops functioning. And that's really annoying. So, I don't want to use that anymore. Uh, we're going to be setting up something a little different. We're going to be using the Mine Factory Reloaded planter and harvester combo. I want to make a big field, so it's still probably going to be about the same size that the tree farm is running now, but it'll be a little more stable, I guess you could say. Uh, yeah, so we're going to be working on that. Now, my house is just about finished. And I guess I can show you around a little bit real quick. This is going to be the Thaumcraft tower if it ever gets updated properly. They went to 4.1, which added a whole bunch of new fun little toys to play with and changed the research mechanics around. And I don't want to get too much more involved in this because the version that we have is very time consuming and very resource intensive. And I don't know when we update if all of my research is going to even stay the same. So, we're going to put this on hold, but this is my beautiful little Thaumcraft tower. So, I like it. I used magical materials for pretty much everything. It's all great wood logs, silver wood planks. I liked the look of the silver with it. Just everything's very clean, very light looking, which will go in direct contrast with the Blood Magic mod, which I will be building a little bit darker of a tower across the lake a little ways. I planted a bunch of silverwood trees and actually grew some nodes in them, so this whole area will eventually become a magical forest. So, a little bit nicer than the extreme hills setup that I've been in. But for now, we're going to get started on converting this guy over. So first, let's go take a nap. So I'm not doing this right over the bars. Don't want to be doing this in the middle of the night. That's that jump. Huh? I don't know what that is. Okay, leave bed. That's interesting. Huh. So apparently if you have a screenshot and you take a nap, you can't leave the bed, it'll just try and load the screenshot. Learn something new every day. So for now, let's come down here and let's get started. Now I'm going to make one set of these on screen and I'm going to make the rest off screen. So I'm not going to make you sit with me the whole time. So for now, let's make the planter. Now the way these things work, the planter you fill up with saplings, you give it power, and it just fills an area in with trees. So put this there. So first off, we need the redstone reception coil, which is, I may as well make two because I know I'm going to need two altogether. So we'll make two of those. We're going to need two of the machine frames. So this guy is iron, glass around gold. So make two of these. And this is something I really should have done a while ago. It's a much more efficient system than the Steve's cart. Steve's cart's got a good, maybe not early game, but before you have a ton of power and resources to get started with, it's a good thing to do. Especially if you start with the basic level. You don't really need all kinds of craziness to get it up and running. So pistons, which I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I think everyone has one or two recipes that they hate to make, and for me it's just pistons. I don't know why, but they're just kind of a pain. So a couple of pistons, and what else do I need? Flower pot, which is 3 bricks, like so. So we will take him and him, pistons on either side, coil underneath. We've got our plastic sheeting, which is just rubber that you then run through and smelt again to get raw plastic. And then 4 pieces of raw plastic in a block gives you 4 plastic sheets. Very easy to make, and it's used for pretty much everything that's mine factory related. So it's a good idea to have a good stock of that stuff on hand. A couple of copper gives us our planter. So that's half of this system we need. The other half is the harvester, which is right here. So we need a couple of shears. There's the redstone coil and the machine frame, plastic sheeting, a little gold, and an Invar axe. So I made up Invar before, which is basically just ferrous and iron blended together and then cooked off. You don't use it for a lot, but it's good when you do make up a batch and just have it on hand, because it's kind of a pain to go back and regrind all your ingots. So do them while you got them. Machine frame, I need, oh, I'm short 2 pieces of iron. Let's come over here. Now, I'm thinking this episode is going to be me getting this all set up and running. And then next episode, I need to work out my sorting system. So I'm going to try, up too high. I'm going to try the applied energetics. I've never done it before, so this should be humorous for everyone, because I'm sure I'm going to have no idea what I'm doing, and if it's possible to blow it up, I will manage to blow it up. So stay tuned for that. So now we got a planter and a harvester. So let's jump down here. Now you can see I've got a ton of saplings coming from all of this, as well as a ton of apples. I'm hoping sometime soon I can convert one of my boilers over to biofuel. So Fingers crossed that will be soon, but for now, let's grab a couple stacks of saplings because I'm going to need them. Let's head all the way to the basement for our access tunnel. So, here's the access tunnel. I've already got everything cut through. It already comes to this area. Did I? Oh. Come on, fly. Can I just say how much I love this flying ability that NiCad gave me? And he didn't do it cheaty. If you haven't watched any of his videos, which, if you haven't, go do it right now. Pause. I'll wait. Okay. So you're back. Yeah, he messed around with the applied energetics, and that thing lets you do some crazy stuff. Do I need to do it with... No. So I need my... Don't click on the thing. Give me that back. Okay. So I'm going to have to clean this area up a little bit, which I'm sure you guys don't really want to watch me do. So I'm going to clear cut this area, get all these tracks up, and I'll be back with you guys in a bit to get our first planter harvester setup going. Welcome back, guys. Hey, NiCad's here. So, one last thing we really want are these guys. They are upgrades for the... I know for the planter, I think for the harvester as well. There's different levels. You find them under the mine factory setup here, where I just saw them. Next page, next page. So there's different levels, and depending on what you're making it out of, it increases by one block for each one. So I've seen a lot of people will do like the gold or the diamond, but I've got some emeralds and nothing else really to do with them. Why did you all snap back? That was weird. So it's pretty simple. It's 3 emeralds, 3 pieces of raw plastic, which remember that's just the rubber smelted. Redstone on either side and a gold nugget. So we get 2 of them. And we'll head over here. Now I've got some, what they call it now, redstone furnaces. So that way I can set them up right in line here to turn all the wood into charcoal before it will feed back into the system down in here. So that's right, I close that off. Can I get to the one though? Yeah. So just click on something. So you see it has this little slot here. So you take your upgrade, slap it in the slot. Slap it in the slot. It's kind of a awkward thing to say. And then here, yep, we've got another slot for it. So that should drastically increase the radius that this thing will be planting in. So it should fill in a good chunk. Now I'm not putting this right on top of the planter, which I'll probably regret and move later, but I figure I can do a harvester there, and a harvester down here, and one over here, and maybe do another planter here, and that should fill in most of this area. It's going to be a labyrinth of tubes and wires, but whatever. I will probably never come down here again once this is all set up. But for now, we've got to figure out this. So how do we want to do this? Well, let's put one there, and we'll just do a row of them, I guess. And then we want to click and configure so that none of that goes anywhere. This we want Actually, you know what? Change my mind. Let's move these underneath of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And input is blue, which should be, yep, everything except for this guy. So we want that to be the bottom. So just dig down. I put all my tools away. Oh, there it is. So dig down, get a little bit of working room down here. I would love to have that morph mod in this, but meh. It's not really worth trying to custom make our own pack just to get one extra mod, which I pretty much only want to become a bat so that I can become a one block high entity. So I don't have to dig out big gaping holes like that. So now we've got, let's see, him, 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 him. We fill all this in later. Set these to output. I don't hit it. There we go. I don't believe. I think anytime you get these, the different colors, it'll push from the machine. So that way you can stack machines next to each other and they'll push from one into the other. Or in this case, it'll push into the pipes. So now we have the pipes come back down and up here. So that should connect properly. And then we can... Is there a better way to do this, I wonder? No, because you need to cook. Yeah, that should work. So now I got some little pneumatic servos. We put one in each top. Let's just hover here. Hover. There. One there. And then click on with a empty hand. And we want to say whitelist oak wood. So this way, any oak will get automatically shunted down into our furnaces. Whitelist. And anything else, like the saplings and the apples, although I don't know how many saplings we'll be getting. We'll see about that. But saplings and apples should just continue over top. Then this drawing out the bottom will draw the charcoal out, which will then push back into this line, come right back over here, and up into our normal little setup to feed the boilers. So, I believe this is ready to test. Now, I know these guys gather sludge. What you can do with the sludge, I have no idea. I'll have to look into that. I'd kind of like if we could actually pump it out into the world. Just because I have that little poison pond over there, I thought it would be kind of funny to build almost like an industrial waste pipe coming out, just dumping into that thing. But I don't think we can. And let me just see. Can you do anything with sludge? Up here. Sludge, sludge, sludge. Bucket of sludge. Ooh, needle gun ammo. That's disgusting. We can make florb. Sludge boiler. Okay, so I guess you could get some power from it, but I don't know. That would really be worth it. This is sludge from factorization. The sludge bucket. Let's see what we can do. Do anything with it? It doesn't appear so. Other than making this needle gun ammo. Yeah. Now I made a needle gun off of NICAD suggestion. So I might make some of that stuff and run around shooting people, see what it does. Because it can't be good for you. But, alright, I don't need anything else pumping in. I think we're good. So, did I put the other? Yeah, I did. So let's give this guy some saplings. God knows I got enough. It looks like it already had a little bit of power in it, so we should see it planting when we get up there. Oh yeah. Whoa. Okay. So that's going to be a big field of trees. I was talking to Niall earlier when I was discussing this, and I said I wanted to set up like 3 or 4, and he kind of chuckled like there was no way I was going to need all that. And I kind of thought, we'll see what happens. I might want it, but seeing just this row of trees, now why aren't you breaking? You have work to do. I did put that in there. Let's make sure it's working. What are you doing? Okay. I did a little test run with this and it worked great. Now, what's going on? I know it checks. Let's just try and grow a couple of these and see what it does. What are you doing? Because the way these work... Oh, there we go. Okay. So the way it works is it checks a field. I didn't get this one or that one. So what it'll do is it'll start on one edge and it'll go, have you grown a tree? No. Okay. Have you grown a tree? No. Okay. Have you grown a tree? No. Okay. And it'll just kind of continue and go to the next row and go to the next row until it finds a tree. And then once it finds a tree, it goes crazy. It goes back. So hopefully once I get a bunch of trees growing in here, it should hold. Yep, see it's taking those now, so I've got over to there. So I think maybe I just made this so massively huge, it just takes a while to cycle through. But the good thing is, it'll feed automatically down into the system, as opposed to the cart, which would have to run all the way around until they got back to the load point. Huh. Went a little outside of bounds there, but okay. Hopefully that thing will reach. I might have to plop another... I'm going to watch this and see what it does, but it cleared all the way back to here. So that one harvester might cover this whole field, which would be awesome if I don't have to run all those extra pipes. But... so let's go back down and see what this is doing. So we'll wait for it to... oh, power would be good. Can I feed power through the front? You can. Okay. Whew. Thought I may have just screwed the pooch there. Alright, so now it's got power. So we are making some charcoal. There's a whole stack. And now what will happen is if you... if it feeds through and these are all full, then the wood will just continue to push through. Yep. And it's going to the nearest inventory in this pipeline that will accept charcoal, which should be, jump down here, hop back up here, which will be one of these two barrels. So now that I've got some charcoal coming in again, let's get the boilers going. So that'll start drawing out, and then we will see it drop in through the top once it figures out that there's inventory space there. Anytime you want to figure out there's inventory space, I'm hoping it should just be up. Should be the same item ID. 263-1. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I think. Yep. Okay. That made me a little nervous because all of this was made with the cart. And I was kind of getting worried that there might be a difference between the two. But we're all good. So, we now have a much more efficient charcoal manufacturing system. It's basically powering itself. It doesn't need any kind of repairs, any kind of extra outside maintenance. It's just in the chunk loader, and it will just run forever. Once the boilers heat up enough, which I need to reconnect this one at some point, but let's get this one fully up to steam. Yeah, it's going through now. Never mind. It's connected. Wonder when I did that. Heh. So now I've got a low pressure and a high pressure, both powered off of those two little machines. Those guys are feeding a whole bank of steam dynamos, which once that high pressure is up, it should be able to do all of these plus some. I might actually add a few more. That all runs down here. That needs to go away. And then I will have a full bank of the energy cells just banking power for me. So my power woes should be pretty much over. Of course, I said that after I built the original tree farm, and then I said that after I built the upgraded tree farm. So we'll see. But for now, I think I'm happy with this. Are you guys happy with this? Is this feeding? Should go. Yep. Now, to get this to work, I put a servo in here as well. Told it to whitelist saplings, and so it should just pull as many saplings as it can. And it'll do the same thing that these did. If that ever actually fills up, then it'll just shunt them down here and eventually end up in the trash can because the barrel's already full. So that way I don't end up with mounds of stuff just kind of sitting around waiting to be processed. How are we doing on? That's at 2. That got to a full stack. That's holding at a stack. Got plenty of charcoal coming in. Yeah, I think Niall may have been right to laugh at me. I think this is more than anyone will ever need. I say that, and then they'll change something, and then I'll cry. But for now, this is knotwork on the Nebulous Monster Feed the Beast server. Ooh, quartz. Should grab that for the next episode, which is going to be horrible. But for now, I will catch you guys later. Bye.